this.
Right? We have people responding to this and saying, you know, ha ha ha, I just got hot-headed in a classic game earlier because my team picked 3 tanks. Well, don't get hot-headed. It's good that you have recognized it, so don't get hot-headed. You know, try to speak to them and correspond within a drafting phase for a better drafting phase that's there.
It's very true,
but
man.
we all know that Classic is a place where we go and try new stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes. So if it's classic, don't get too emotional about it. You know, it's not ranked.
don't get too invested in the game.
Exactly. So as of now, we're actually into the draft. So let's talk about what kind of heroes we're gonna see banned and what kind of heroes are we gonna see picked. So Kagura being there, like always, nothing new.
I'm guessing they're talking about should Fanny be banned.
Can you read their lips?
La la la
What
la
they're
la.
saying.
I think
It's
we
like,
should.
yeah, I
You know what we should do? We should just be like speaking about what they're talking about there, but hey,
Fanny band!
yeah, there we go.
There you go. He's
Alright.
happy, I think.
He's happy.
That Fanny's. I can't
like-
say.
I think everybody is most like, okay, they're most likely talking about a Fanny band
Yep.
that's here.
Right.
And when it happens to, it's like that warm, fuzzy feeling. You go like,
I
"Yup,
told you
my
so."
prediction was right.
And this time around, MYA banned it, so they didn't want it for themselves. Neither did they want, you know, Mystic Burden to take it.
Yeah, definitely.
So this definitely shows some kind of respect towards Mystic Burden after the first game. Hellcurt being banned against Sorry Peach. Not
It's
gonna see that
okay.
Hellcurt.
I just want to see an Angela.
You saw your Angela already.
I want more Angela.
Just
Angela.
one is enough.
Yeah.
Akai ban, do you think we're gonna see that
Oh,
weird
no.
ban again?
I'm not sure if
Lancelot.
Akai is going to be there. Lancelot might be the band that does get moved, or Johnson perhaps. We have a question from Aya Jardan asking when a tournament like this is going to be in Europe. Unfortunately, we don't know. But
have no
if
clue.
you show your support and keep asking for tournaments like this, Moonton is going to be watching and
Exactly.
reading it. And so, you know, make sure you get your friends, everybody else to be asking if you want to see more tournaments like this.
I think, to be honest, it actually depends on the players, the casters, maybe only 10%. It's 90% dependent on the fans
Yeah,
and
the
what they want.
community, yeah.
So if you guys want it in Europe, then just ask for it, you know?
Now, we have got lots of questions from PG Archega, and he's been constantly asking if you are single, Peach, and I have not been responding to him because it's very sexist that you don't ask if Faraz or me are single as well.
Exactly.
So you should be
What?
asking questions to all the casters, not just to one.
Yes, what is going on, man? Come on, just be nice. See?
Well,
be
we have-
emotionless.
Emotional.
Emotionless, yes,
Emotionless.
the word of the day.
Okay, back to the draft. Harley was banned. We didn't mention that. I didn't know. I
No,
MYA
Harley
is
Harley
gonna
was the
take-
one that was banned. So Lancelot gets picked. Johnson and Angela then.
Ooh.
Now,
On MYA this
On-
time around.
that is right. So,
You
Peach,
get a car ride
you
and
are
you get a
huge
teleport.
proponent of, you know, having Johnson and Angela together.
Okay, so far
Wow.
from what I see, MYA is going to be very mobile. They're going to be able to move around the map.
I
much.
think it's still a bit difficult to tell right now because
The
actually
enemy is
Mystic
picking.
Burden's pick, it's not too bad themselves. So yeah, having Angela and Johnson, it is good, but Angela has to be quite careful with her ult when Johnson is on his ult because we do know there are still some bugs with Angela at this moment.
Right.
So-
Hopefully you won't see that.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
a Bruno pick? I mean, he is...
He's hovered. Not yet. Not yet. We have to wait and see. Let's talk about the ones that are picked so far. Let's go back to Mystic Burden. Chow, Grok, Lancelot. What do you guys think about that?
Strong,
Strong.
solid lineup. This is going back to the sort of qualifier era where it was there. I do like the Bruno adaptation. The armor shred can be potentially good as well for them. So that's going to be good for them. As we want to see how they're going to round this up for them.
Okay, but back to MYA. Bruno was picked with Saber. Saber again. Would you call Saber would be mobile, right?
Yeah, Saber is pretty
Yeah.
mobile. that's
So
for
I
sure.
think MYA is definitely going for that mobile kind of team composition. Would you say?
They are dealing quite good damage actually. I mean, coming from Saber, I'm
The
hoping
enemy is
to have a
picking.
better Saber this time around, knowing what he's doing.
Yep.
And you gotta pick off.
The response of Carrie and Rafaela coming in really does help Mystic Burden come into quite a wide-ranging composition. We're seeing a lot of Angela play come through. Initially, it was just locked out to the Singaporean teams that were picking it, but Angela now is coming over to the Malaysian side as well. I like to see that adaptation coming in for there. I wonder how they will run it up in the last 5 seconds here.
What do you guys think about the crowd control of
Oh.
Team Mystic Burden?
They're still gonna go with the Roger pick. Karina!
Karina, alright,
Yes!
much better. Karina pick that's there. I think there's a lot of potential CC coming out from Mystic Burden's side. And one thing to note that in the previous game, MYA did not have a single Petrify. And Grok did have a Petrify which helped lock down multiple mobile members of the team that's there. Both of the drafts seem really certain, but my prediction is still going to go towards MYA this time around.
Okay.
I feel this time they're a lot more solid.
Right, and this time around not having the Fanny around, do you think that's going to make it harder or easier for them?
I think it's gonna be better for MYA to
Okay.
not have. I mean, looking at their lineup, they do have a lot of heroes that can actually deal damage and get kills early game as compared to the last lineup. So,
The early game favor can swing towards them
Yeah.
if executed well.
Right, okay. I think there's something we all want to know as of now. We know that you're supporting MYA. We know that you're supporting
Mystic Burden.
Mystic Burden. Okay,
Okay,
Mystic
I'll
Burden.
go with Mystic
We're into the
Burden.
game, so I'm going to say mine as well. I think that Mystic Burden is going to take this one too. I think it's going to be a 2-0. From me, I'm going to pass it to Pseudo and Peach.
Alright, thank you for Ross.
Bye-bye.
Peach, take
Yeah.
us in with the introduction.
And here we have for the blue side, which is Mystic Burden and MYA on the red side. They're still being very aggressive on the middle lane. I find that very interesting because you don't get to see a lot of teams that will actually go in straight head on mid lane, trying to secure first blood. And of course, they're gonna go and try to steal the buffs right now. The big disadvantage for Mystic Burden. We all know how important the buff is for Lancelot. Heroes like Lancelot, Fanny, Hayabusa. I mean, look at Karina. I mean, bottom lane, they are still just pretty much moving around at this point. Angela being solo. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting game. It looks like it's gonna be a 3-1-1 gameplay. Bruno going against Carry. Finally, for once, we get to see a marksman going against a marksman. Not like the usual games that we have. Probably a Harley or Kagura being mid. So. Bottom lane, they're trying to push in through, trying to get a kill from Johnson, Karina, but they're not going to get anything this time around. Lancelot is doing pretty fine at this moment, even though he's being pressured a lot by Saber and Angela. I think that's quite a good combo. And they're going to take down Johnson first blood. Zorn at the brink of death. Oh my god.
Well, that's going to be a 2-1 lead now for Mystic Burden. They do find the retribution kill in the end, and that will take them a little bit ahead. The turtle has spawned. It is that 2-minute mark now for them as the pressure mounts. Mystic Burden getting the early lead means the goal is also swinging into their favor.
Okay, I like, I'm reading the comments, and thank you so much, Bantio, for keeping the positive energy, positive vibes in the chat.
As we go back into game here, we see that Mystic Burden has started on that turtle already. Lancelot finding lots of difficulty back up top. Will this be the end in the end? Will meant to dash away using that one final skill. We're going to see the King's Disc is here trying to go in for the potential steal. Will it be enough? No, it will not. Grok secures turtle away, and Mystic Burden gets that one. Angela is on Johnson at this point and will be going out. Zor tries to come in the end. Angela will dissuade them away. But with that, the goal lead now balloons to 700 ahead. Mystic Burden seems like a mirror of what happened in the first game. They got that few early advantages and it just began to snowball it out of control. Can MYA mount a good enough defense and to stabilize the game?
I think so long as MYA, they're able to keep up the momentum. They did very well early game, even in the first game. So unfortunately, they weren't able to keep up to that momentum. Hopefully this time around they are able to do so. And I believe there is a pretty good chance for MYA. Well, that was very scary. Chow initiates a fight. Lancelot comes in, and are they gonna get Saber down? He goes down by Lancelot. Oh my god, Angela stranded. There's nothing for her to do.
It really is coming down to really good execution by Mystic Burden here. They are able to find the individual targets they're looking for. we are seeing that MYA this time around, are able to better link it up. But the wall that was thrown out was really good, coming up by Grog, stopping off the path. Johnson as well could not make it there in time, which means he paid for it with his life. 4-1 now with a 2,000 goal lead, quite securely into their favor. Mystic Burden is taking this game and beginning to run away with it as well. It needs to be very cautious as they move up to the front here. Zorn trying to set up for the next kill already as multiple members will move forward. They do find the kick back in the end. Triple win will come through. Lancelot gets 1 kill. And looks like Angela will be the next victim to fall. Will it be the case? The juke does come out. Carrie gets the final kill. And that turret aggro juggling will be good. Johnson comes in. Karina gets that 1 kill in the end. That is a double kill for her. So here we have MYA fighting back as best as they can. Responding in the bottom lane, Mystic Burden already taking out the next tower as MYA will get their own tower back up top.
Well, it's a good trade, I guess. And then I'm guessing Karina is just gonna go for the turtle kill. It should be easy for her with Johnson protecting and guiding her. While Grog is gonna go, they are gonna try to steal the turtle right now.
It potentially can come through. Will it be enough? That does get stolen away. Mystic Burden secures the second turtle as well. 4 versus 5 now as Lancelot makes an appearance. That's everybody that's here. Solos is under target, does get removed. Angela will still not be enough to keep him alive. Kings is now under attack as multiple team members try to flank him from either side. The stun will come up from Rafaela, and that will mean that Carrie gets the double kill as well. The onslaught continues as the jungle now is being taken, and Lancelot moves towards the Hermit Crab for the additional gold buff.
Well, that's a good move from Mystic Burden actually, since they committed really deep into their jungle, their base of MYA. It's also a good strat to actually take off all their jungles so that you kind of push MYA.
You can't return.
Yeah.
You can't get the gold, you can't get the experience back, and you are further behind. So this is mounting to be a little bit more difficult for them. The goal lead now is growing in the favor of Mystic Burden. It is now over 3,000 and still going out there. They need one good team fight to be able to balance it off. Looking at Saber, we have lots and lots of daggers being bought for additional damage that's there.
Well, I mean, Mystic Burden at this point, if I'm with them, I want to push MYA to the point of desperation. And judging by their items already right now, I mean, looking at the gold lead and everything, it's still not too bad. It's still...
Solo's being caught out here. Angela is on, but will not be enough. Completely left alone by the side. This looks like we'll be able to survive still in the end. Zorn now going to be knocking everybody out with Jikundo, but not going to be quite enough. Carrie gets a killing spree. Chow gets a kill onto Karina as well. So many members are so low, but not quite enough. Double kill comes through. Will Bruno be able to wipe it away? It will not. And Johnson is the only one left alive as all 5 members of Mystic Burden survive.
Wow, this
What
is so...
a impressive team fight. And they start up Lord. Nobody's going to come close to contesting this. Johnson doesn't have lanes to be pushing out as well. He's pretty much just stuck there.
Well, Karina can't do much, her items are not there. I mean, as compared to Lancelot, he would be able to deliver so much more damage, and with a lifesteal, things are just not looking great for MYA right now. It feels like Mystic Burden is already pushing MYA to a point of desperation where it's good enough to push out more and more mistakes by MYA. And Mystic Burden is not wasting any time at all. I think they're just gonna dive in straight. They're gonna win the game. They just won the victory.
It definitely is on the path of victory with Lord charging down the mid lane that's there. The waves are also pushing into their favor, so that's 13 to 4 kills. That's a 9 kill lead with 8,000, ahead. That's 8,000 in 8 minutes is already very significant. Oh, Zorn getting hit by the power that's there. Will get chunked out a little bit lower. Need to be cautious about this as the Lord will get taken down. The bottom lane is primed for the next taking should they wish to do that, and Zorn is the man on the job, but Karina is already there to be responding for it. Back up top, it looks like they want to be going for the next tower. The wall does get thrown down, hopefully dissuading MYA from going there, and it is working. Top turret does get taken. Lancelot now joins the bottom side as well as he gets revealed there.
Well, Bruno,
MYA needs to mount a good defense.
yeah, Bruno, there was nothing that he could do. And Johnson comes in. Are they gonna turn this fight around? Bruno manages. Oh my god, Bruno, that was so close. They managed to bring down Lancelot. I like how Mystic Burden is constantly keeping the creep wave at a very, very healthy pace. You know, every time they finish a group fight, a team fight, they can just move on to the next lane.
Well, that is how you mount the defense.
Yeah.
That's there, and that's also how you mount an attack by Mystic Burden. You know, forcing MYA to constantly creep wave means that they are scattered, they're not ready for the team fights that's there, or if they devote too much attention into one particular lane, it will mean that it will get taken away. With that in mind, we also are seeing that, you know, Bruno does become a beast towards the later stages of the game, and all that gold being piled on there is helping that out. So we are going to see that critical strikes now being added on to Bruno. So hoping, you know, for RNG to win it through in the end. We're also going to see that more armor is being added on. Angela is being tanky on that side because she isn't really popping into majority of the players, which is interesting because every time she goes into a player, their armor doesn't mean anything.
Well, most of the time it's just survivability. If, you know, there is only so much of time that Angela is in another body.
Yep.
So once she gets out, if she gets targeted, it's gonna be tough for the team fight. Like her healing isn't as much, but it definitely helps. And of course, her strength, that is quite crucial in terms of catching heroes that you want to bring down. So just look at Carry at this moment. Kuja, his items are well as compared to Bruno. He's still struggling quite a bit. It's a 3,000 gold difference. That means a lot.
It's huge.
Yeah.
3,000 individually is already very, very far ahead. That's a full item in most cases. It looks like they will be able to bring down the tower very, very easily. Absolutely no contention whatsoever there. That is the bottom that's gone, the mid that is gone. All that is left is the top section of it. And with 20 seconds left, Lord is the one that everybody is looking for.
They will definitely go for it. Grok is just gonna put up a very nice security system right there, providing vision and safety for the team, his team, which is gonna make Carry can just melt down at any time. Oh, why did you not finish up your job, Lancelot? That was an easy kill for you.
I think this want to overextend and potentially lose Lord as well. That would have been a bad move if it had gotten punished. Lord has already been started. We see Johnson in the car, traversing down. Will it be enough? Does find Lancelot in the end there, but nobody was with him in the car.
What's
The
happening?
wall does get taken. Lancelot is stuck, but is Lancelot stuck or is Johnson stuck out there? The stun will come through. Carry gets a kill onto Saber as Carry's now chasing the King Ziz. He flickers forward into turret range, will be able to be brought down instantly. Rafaela gets a kill as well as more of it. Shadow is the next one to fall down, and just like that, everybody from MYA is forced to retreat. You see Bruno already forcing to go back to get defense. The base is already under some form of attack. This is not looking good overall as the waves are crashing in. Lord is going to be at mid lane. That's there, and
Bruno
this
tried.
is the end. I don't think so. The defense can even come through.
Bruno tried to steal the Lord, but sadly it just wasn't enough. He wasn't dealing enough damage against Grok, and they're gonna bring down the throne, and the victory goes to Mystic Burden. Good game, well played. I mean, Mystic Burden has impressed me so much. I'm very shocked of their performance today.
Mystic Burden definitely played very solid games this time around, and it paid off significantly for them there as well. Here we see Hungos 2-0-12, the MVP on Rafaela, not dying at all. Grok as well 2-0-9, not having any deaths. That's there. This will change things up in the top KDA standings because both of the MYA players did not perform all that well. I wonder how that will change. We'll find out more of it tomorrow. But congratulations once again to Mystic Burden for showing us what it takes to bring down MYA 2-0.
Yep.
Now, we are waiting on the players to, to rearrange themselves out there because we're going to get another interview. For us, what do they have to say?